Hello my friends, welcome back to the Saving Made Simple channel. Today is Monday, September 22nd, and I am doing my Monday minis. So I have $100 today. This is money for my Canadian child benefit, so I'll do a quick cash count right away. We've got 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. That's a challenge from my friend over at Canadian Finance Journey. All right, so we have $100 here today. Before I get started, well, I'm gonna lay these out and I'll talk while I do. So, my sister is doing a 5-kilometer run to raise money for breast cancer research. If you are interested in sponsoring her, there's going to be a link in the description below, and any donation over $20, I believe, gets a tax receipt automatically sent via email to you. And that is then claimable somehow on your income taxes at the end of the year. She thanks you in advance for any donations you are able to give, and we will continue on with the savings challenges. So, today, first of all, if you are not aware, I am not currently going to be unstuffing challenges at the end of every month anymore. I am now only unstuffing the small, like the minis, when I finish a challenge. Otherwise, the rest of my savings challenges will all be unstuffed at the middle-ish end of November. It all depends on how long I can hold out, because I get really excited and then I just want to go through everything. So I do have all my challenges laid out now, so let's quickly introduce them all and then we will get started. So we've got 1, 2, 3 all by me, because I'm apparently very conceited today. So I've got Debt Bites, we've got the garden, and then we've got sweater weather. So sweater weather is going toward my piggy bank. The garden one is going toward my emergency fund, and Debt Bites is probably going toward Christmas. Those are all available on my Etsy store. And then we have this one and this one, which are both by Designs by April Fields. So the monthly one is going toward, again, probably Christmas, and the seasonal one is probably going to be going toward my car maintenance fund. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 2 dice, because I have $100 and I just find it a little, I like the pace better when I use 2 dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 2 dice at a time. Any number I roll will be getting a $5 bill. Once I'm out of $5 bills, I will go through and find one that has $20 and swap it out, and then I will roll for 4 more numbers. So let's just jump in. Here we go. So we've got 2 3s. Oh, right. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. We've got a 1 and a 5. We've got a 6 and a 2. We've got a 6 and a 3. We've got a 3 and a 4. Everything has something, which is lovely. We've got a 6 and a 1. Oops. We've got a 6 and a 4. Last 2, we've got a 1 and a 3. So I do believe this one here has 20, so we'll put that there, and we will roll 2 more times. So we've got a 3 and a 1, and the last roll, we've got 2 1s. Snake eyes. I think we ended with snake eyes last time too. All right, so we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna start with this one here. So each bee is worth $5. So I've got a 20. I'm going to be coloring 4 bees. 1, 2, 3, 4. When this challenge is finished, we should be at about $120. Put that in there, and that'll be for emergency fund. Next, we have the summer challenge, which, once again, we don't have a 5. So I'm going to make this into a 0. And then we'll put this in here. I was going to fix the numbers on this, like condense it or use up the big numbers first, and I forgot. So okay, so for debt bites, we've got $10, which is 2 fangs. We've got 1 and 2. And I'll go through and total everything once I am done going through and coloring everything. Alrighty, we got a big challenge here. So we have sweater weather, which has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. And what we're gonna do is just, so we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. $15 to finish it, and when I finish it, it automatically goes straight into wherever it's supposed to go. So it goes directly into reallocation so that we can start another challenge and not have our envelopes too bulky. All right, so next we have save the bill. So we've got $5 and that's it for today, which, you know, let's color that. And this one will be going toward Christmas when it's finished. So I will put this over here. And last but not least, we've got the June challenge, which has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And let's see here, we had 12 and 8 is 20 and 5. So we finished this challenge. Yay! Hooray, June is done. So that needed 25 to finish. So this should be at 100. So we've got 20, 40, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. This $100 is going to be going toward car payment because I owe $470 on my, not my car payment, my car maintenance fund. I owe $470 for having my bearing done 2 weeks ago. I had the money in my wallet and they told me, not today, don't pay today. We have to open up our till again if you want to pay today. And I was like, okay. And I just slowly started spending money. So we've got 51, 52, 50, 70, 90, 310, 330, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80 out of the 470. Mind you, when I pay cash, they typically will take off a bit of money. So I'm expecting it to go down to about 450. Regardless, I'm going to write on the back of this that the money went $100 to car maintenance. And then I'll put that away to go over in the new year. And I don't have the next one out just yet, so give me 1 sec. So this one's also 100. And I'm going to cross off the 5 because that's all I've got for it today. All right, so I am going to put this in here, but I'm going to deal with it last. So let's do a quick count and see where we're at with all these challenges. So with Save the Bill, which is going to be going toward Christmas, we've got a simple $35 out of 250. Oh. There we go. Put that in here. The next challenge, so we've got sweater weather, which will be going, well, supposedly toward Bankit, but it'll probably end up going toward either Christmas or car maintenance, depending on when it gets done. So we've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, $45 out of 60. Hopefully we'll finish that up next week after payday. All right. Also, my paydays are going to start looking a little bit different just because I finally have signed up for an RRSP. So they're going to be taking a percentage off my paycheck every pay. I actually thought I had one. I've been at where I work for 12 years and I did all the paperwork to get an RRSP set up when I got hired, and apparently they never handed it in. And so I finally went, you know, I never realized, like, somebody, I don't remember how the conversation came up. I guess one of my coworkers was given an envelope from work, and because I'm a curious person, she asked me to hold on to it for a minute. And I'm like, oh, what's this? And she's like, or I asked her if she applied for another position, because if you apply for another position and you get it, they'll give you an envelope. So I asked her if she was applying out. She said, no, that's just my RRSP end of year forms. And I said, oh, I didn't know you got end of year forms with RRSPs. And she goes, yeah, haven't you ever gotten one? And I said, no. She's like, are you sure you have an RRSP? And I said, I definitely signed all of the papers when I first got hired. And I was like, oh, I'll get into HR and I'll ask them at some point. And I kind of just forgot about it after that. And then about a year ago, I found out that I don't have an RRSP with work. So after 12 years, I don't have any money in an account for retirement. I'm only 32, but think of how much that money could have been in there by now. Oh, it kills me to think about. Anyways, so I signed up for 4% of my paycheck. So I was thinking, if I typically get $1,400 and I take off 4%, I'll be losing about $66. $56. I'll be losing about $50 a paycheck. And so I thought that would be okay, because I think my work matches up to 3%, and then once you hit 15 years, they go up to 5% that they'll match. So I was like, definitely by the time I get up to 15 years, I would love to be getting 10% saved each pay. But I'm hoping also not to be there for 15 years, so we'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, for Debt Bites, which is going to be going toward probably Christmas, we've got, or maybe even toward my son's Halloween costume. So we've got $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 out of 15, 30, 45, 60 out of 60. Sorry, I stopped braining. My brain stopped working. All right, on to the summer challenge. We are at, this money will be going toward maybe car maintenance, maybe something else, depending on when we finish it, which I know I've already said. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 15, 20, 25. So 125 out of 210. Yeah. It's really nowhere near finished. That's why I said it might go toward credit card, might go toward Christmas. Really just depends on when we finish it. Challenge numero 5. We've got a big whopping 20, 40, 65, 75 out of 120. This money will be going towards my emergency fund when it is finished. There we go. And that can go in there. And last but not least, actually, it is least right now, we have $5 toward my July challenge. I know we are now in September and I'm just starting July, but we'll get there. We'll catch up at some point, I'm sure. All right. So that is going to be it for today's video. I thank you guys for watching and for the support so far. We're now into September, which means we are 3/4 through 2025. Isn't that insane? In a month, we have Halloween. In 2 months, US has Thanksgiving. And then, well, we have Thanksgiving next month, but I wanted to include the US in there as well. And then December, we have Christmas and New Year's and all the things. And I'm really excited to start 2026. Most importantly, I'm really excited about tax season. But anyways, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have a couple bucks saved up for maybe charity or donations or anything like that, I do have my sister's link down in the description below. She is raising money for breast cancer. She will be doing a 5-kilometer run. I believe she said it was on October 5th. I'm going to be putting a donation in when I get paid on Thursday, and I hope that you guys are willing to do a little bit of donating to her as well. 5 kilometers is a lot of distance, and she asked me to do it, and unfortunately I can't because I work that day. But I told her I would reach out to you guys to see if you guys wanted to support her as well. There is no pressure. I just thought I would mention it because cancer is something that affects probably like I would think almost 1 in every like 2 people. I feel like more than 50% of people have been affected by cancer, whether they've had it personally or had someone close to them. I feel like it affects a lot of people, and I feel like we all are on the mission to end cancer and find the cure to cancer. And yeah, so that's all I'll say on that. If you guys have a little bit of extra, if you're willing to donate, feel free to click on the link below. And after $20, I do believe you get a emailed tax receipt. And yeah, so thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Wednesday with my budget breakdown. Take care.